Everybody's got their blue on.
Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commissioner meeting for June 11th, 2018 is now in session. I might add, this is my daughter's birthday today, so.
All right.
Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Frankly, I don't think I thought of that until I saw June 11th and it hit me, so it's better late than never, right? Again, good morning, everyone. The meeting is about to begin, and to my right is fellow Commissioner Vice President Barb Lewis. To my left is fellow Commissioner Jeff Benton. Our clerk today is Jennifer Walraven, and our County Administrator Mike Fromer. With that, let's begin.
Resolution number 18-671 in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held June 7th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-671. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment or elected official comment today, so that brings us to item number 4, resolution number 18-672, in the matter of approving purchase orders and announce certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0608.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-672. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-673, in the matter of approving travel expense request.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-673. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-674, in the matter of a transfer of a liquor license request from Discount Drug Mart to Aldi Incorporated, Ohio, and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objection and no request for a hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 18-674. Mr. Merrill? Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-675, in the matter of approving a wider work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion. No one's here, so I assume let's move forward.
Vote on motion 18-675. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 18-676, in the matter of approving an intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and the Village of Sunbury for installation of a fiber optic network to connect the village office to the county 911 center.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. This essentially will allow the Village of Sunbury, specifically the Police Department, to connect back to this office so that the officers in the police station at Sunbury would have higher speed access back to the records management system, which they utilize in our 911 center.
They have that now. It's just be a higher speed than
Yep.
currently.
Yeah, the way it is now, they have to VPN through an internet connection, so you're limited based on that internet speed. And there is one thing I probably should clarify. It says that we'll be utilizing one strand of the fiber that we have from Consolidated. I just want to point out that we can do up to 8 different channels on one single strand of fiber. So at the same time we're building into Sunbury PD, we're also building into Medic 2 and also our Dunham Road emergency communications tower. So it's not going to consume the entire strand.
We have a number of strands on top of that.
We could, the current agreement is we can use up to 12, but it's also worded in that agreement with Consolidated that we can increase that if we need to.
Any questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-676. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Resolution number 18-677, in the matter of amending the child placement services contract between the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, and Osterland Services Youth Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. David Dombrowski with Job and Family Services. This is a standard child welfare placement contract. We had a child placed at Osterland in the last month, so we did the short-term agreement to get the child placed, and this is simply amending for the rest of the year to be able to keep that child there.
Questions or comments?
So it's a $77,000 increase.
Yes.
So it'll be 90-some thousand for the
balance of
8
2018.
months or whatever.
Yep. This is a child that's costing us about $400 a day. Yep.
Yeah, very Is this covered with federal funds or state?
So this child is 4E, so we'll get some reimbursement back on it.
Some, is that minimal, majority?
No, the 4E reimbursement rate is based on a number of things, and so roughly you can anticipate about 2/3 comes back in federal funding, generally. So it fluctuates right around that 60 to 66% mark.
Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-677. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
And before you, I'm sorry, go ahead. Proceed.
Resolution number 18-678, in the matter of approving the contract between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Voyance Language Services, LLC, for providing interpretation and translation services for Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion.
So this is a contract for interpretation services. We released a bid for this service. Voyance came back as the lowest bidder. Our current bidder, which is Language Line, did not respond to the RFP, and so we're recommending awarding to this particular vendor.
Have you used them before?
We have not, but I understand 911 currently uses them.
Correct.
I thought that looked-
And interestingly, when we were quoted our rate, we got quoted a really good rate, so our rate is actually a little bit lower than 911's. And that was based on volume, that we anticipate more volume than 911 uses, so they gave us a better rate. So
Patrick's listening and.
Patrick knows.
Okay, good.
David, is this something that, how does it work? In other words, someone comes in and then you need translation services? I mean,
So there's two services that are provided under the contract. One is interpreter services and one is translation. So translation is usually if we have a form that somebody, let's say they read a Somalian dialect and we don't have that form in that particular language, they can translate forms for us into over 100 different languages. So that's the translation part.
Okay.
On the interpreter part, when we get a client in the lobby or on the phone with us who doesn't speak English, we can contact the interpreter directly, patch them into the phone, and then the client speaks to the interpreter in turn speaks to us, and then it works both ways backwards. So,
It's on an as-used basis.
yes. Yep.
when you go to someone's house, for instance, a caseworker goes to someone's house and they speak Spanish and they,
So if that's the case, then what we can do is while we are a children's services worker,
Okay.
what we will do is then make contact with the interpreter, and then the interpreter then put them on speakerphone and let them do the interpretation for us there. These interpreters have been specifically trained, so they don't put anything more than what's actually being said into the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
real art to interpreter, doing it right,
Yeah,
being an interpreter. It's tough.
yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 18-678. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Thank
Before you
you.
walk away, David,
Yes.
this is your last week with us, and I wish you the best in Charlotte,
Thank you.
and thank you for your service to our county.
You're welcome. And I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to have worked here. It's a great place to work. And hopefully the best you can do as a director is hope you've left it a little bit better than when you came, and I think we've done that. So hopefully your next director will pick up on some of our initiatives and keep them moving forward. So thank you as well.
I'd like to thank you too, David. It's been a pleasure working with you, and we will definitely miss you.
I will miss you guys as well.
Yeah, stay in touch.
Will do.
Okay.
All right.
Just,
Going down the highway, I'll stop in and say hi.
Yes, hop in.
yeah, party at Dombrowski's. Yeah, I'd really like to say thank you as well, David. Really done a lot of good things over there, and under not so easy circumstances in many cases, and so I want to thank you and wish you the best.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you, David.
Resolution number 18-679, in the matter of approving a services agreement with Shady Paving Incorporated for asphalt sealing, crack repairs, and asphalt replacement at the Olentangy Environmental Control Center and the Lower Scioto Water Reclamation Facility.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. The service agreement is to do, the ongoing maintenance at the OECC facility as well as Lower Scioto. And we had received a couple different quotes for this, and they were the lowest quote. And we did it originally on the OECC, then added Lower Scioto to improve the price a little bit more volume discount there. And we're recommending approval of that.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 18-679. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
That brings us to administrator reports.
I have
Administrator, Mr.
I
Farmer.
have nothing to report today.
Ms. Lewis?
Just our sympathy to Chief Wilson and his family who passed away. He passed away, I believe,
Friday.
it was Friday. Okay.
I think we probably, all three probably
Oh,
plan
yeah.
on mentioning that. I've had the privilege of working with Chief Wilson on the 911 board, and I've mentioned it before about his involvement when we had to change the way the levy was going to be managed in our county and the role that he played in that. He really, really, one of the good guys, and we have a lot of good guys in this county, and Chief will be missed, and our prayers and thoughts with the family at this time. And with that, Commissioner Benton?
Really not a whole lot else. One thing that happened Friday, which I thought was really interesting, is Dawn and John Melvin found the cornerstone from the old courthouse,
Oh, okay.
and found where the cornerstone is located, and then did some sleuthing and figured out from old Gazette articles, which are 150 years old. It was 150 years ago right now that they started the construction of the old courthouse. And found out what was in the cornerstone, what they put in the time capsule that's in there. I guess Schooley actually found it in doing their research on the facility. So hopefully, sometime down the road in the not too distant future, we'll dig that out, and I'm sure it'll be fascinating to read what was going on and what they were
We
thinking
ought to
in
make that
those
some
days.
sort of little event, I'm sure we will.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe somehow tied in with the remodeling or something, so
Yep.
look forward to that.
Yeah, I
And
think-
then we'll also want to put a new time capsule in there, so that'll be 150 years from now, people will say, who are commissioners? Lewis, Merrill, and Benton? What were they thinking? So, anyway, that's all I got. It is US Open Week, I'm sorry, got to mention that.
I only have one other thing, and we have a country that is completely parochial in how it looks at things, but our president is in the middle of negotiations on what could be a significant impact to the world if successful, and that's the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. And I think hopefully our prayers and thoughts are with him as he goes through this. The actual negotiating begins, I believe, 9 o'clock our time tonight, which will be 9 o'clock Singapore's time tomorrow. So I wish our president the best as he and his staff work towards getting a good result, which will be good for
Yes.
everybody in the world.
Absolutely.
And with that, I do believe we have need for executive
We
session.
do. Resolution number 18-680, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment and compensation of a public employee or public official, and to consider the sale of property at competitive bidding.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 18-680. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
We're now in executive session.
You know when you're ready, Sarah. Resolution number 18-681, in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 18-681. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye. With that, if there is no other business to bring before us, we